Kathy, thank you for giving your time up to me today for this. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And you know, you are such a wonderful champion for other women, and you've certainly been really encouraging for me over the years. So I just want to get your thoughts on a few different things that I think can be issues for women. And firstly, I mean, obviously we know there's still a massive gap for women, you know, politically, economically, just across the board in pay. You know, what do you think it's going to take to ultimately close that gender gap so that the gender gap doesn't have to be a word, a term anymore?
Yeah, right. We need to make it history.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel the moment is right now that suddenly women are speaking out about it and men are reacting defensively and now pretty offensively because they're getting it, that there's something seriously wrong, that this has persisted for such a long time and has been almost impossible to budge. So one of the best things that's happening now is that there's data that says it's not just that it's wrong to have a pay gap, but it's actually not smart either. And that if we could eliminate it, we'd put $28 trillion more back into the economy. That's just nuts that we aren't taking the steps to do it. So I'm seeing suddenly big companies standing up at the World Economic Forum saying, we're addressing this because it's not in anybody's interest and we know it's wrong. So when you start to see some leaders, both men and women, both American and European and Asian, saying this is no longer something we are going to tolerate, and that's really what they've been doing, it will change. But I think women have got to start talking about it more. You know, for a lot of us, we kind of got numb to it. It's been around for so long, it sort of was part of our lore, and then we all just moved ahead and did our thing. But, and so I think we've lost that trend of looking after the next generation coming up and making sure, wait a minute, it was bad enough that we fought it, but they shouldn't have to fight it too, and let's fight it together. So it's a little bit of, I'm going to hold on to my baton, but I'm also going to pass a part of it to you, or keep my torch and light yours. So I think we're going to see an intergenerational effort by women and men to say it's really time. I love that young women are speaking out about it. They're just so strong about it. So, but I also think that we are seeing governments take action. So little things like seeing the 30% requirements for boards in Europe are starting also to challenge the question that we used to say, well, we didn't like quotas, or we didn't think numbers really were, numerical goals were really important or right or appropriate. And I think for those of us who even used to think that, we've changed and now say, well, you know what?
They work.
They work, and we ought to be using them everywhere we can. And yes, sign me up for that. So I think that's a big change.